What's up, everybody? Brawadis NBA show. I'm your host, Brawadis. Free agency edition. I don't even know what to say. It hasn't even been 24 hours. It's been about 20 hours since free agency started. It has been nuts. It's been crazy. 24 players, over $1 billion in contract money. It hasn't even been a day. If you're an NBA fan, this is Christmas and your birthday combined. Nothing could beat this. I haven't put my phone down for the past 24 hours. First off, I want to start off just by explaining the salary cap, because the question I've been getting most, why are players getting these huge contracts? Why is this guy getting this much money? Why is this guy getting overpaid? The salary cap, NBA salary cap, is going up every single year for the next 3 years. I think it's around $62 or $63 million this year. Next year is going to go up to 67. The year after that is going to go up to $89 million, a huge boost, salary cap. The year after that, it goes up to over $100 million. So the contracts the players are getting might seem like a bit pricey for today's NBA, but you got to remember the league salary cap is going up. Players are getting deals that might be bargains in a few years. You never know. Before I get into all the free agent signings, I just want to go into the rumors of players who haven't signed yet. Wes Matthews, I've read, not going back to Portland, deciding between the Toronto Raptors and the Dallas Mavericks. Monte Ellis, I've read, it's pretty much a done deal. He goes to Indiana for 3 years. They had dinner with him tonight. I haven't heard that he's met with any other teams. Looks like a lock he'll go east, which is smart because it's way harder to win in the West. David West, speaking of West, David West, there was a report that he wanted to go to New York. He pretty much came out and shut that down today, saying he has no interest in playing for the Knicks. He pretty much said they're not good enough. He wants to play for a contender. He's 35 years old. That makes sense. Greg Monroe, he's meeting with the Lakers, meeting with the Celtics. I've read, interesting, he had meetings with Portland and the New York Knicks. Those are probably the two front runners. I wouldn't be surprised if Boston jumps in, but I think right now it's between Portland and New York. DeAndre Jordan met with Dallas, I think 2 times before he met with any other team. He's still meeting with the Lakers. He's obviously meeting with the Clippers. I think he goes back to the Clippers. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Dallas. That one's tough to predict. I think it's between Dallas or the Clippers, but the Lakers do have an outside shot, pretty much because it looks like they've striked out on all the other free agents. LaMarcus Aldridge, the biggest name in the pool, biggest name that's going to switch teams. San Antonio Spurs, obvious frontrunners. They met with him today. Reports say that they left a big impression on him. Obviously, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, who would he pass the torch to? LaMarcus Aldridge. Everything sounds so appealing. Championship contender. That's appealing to him. I would not be surprised if he signed with the Spurs. I read that he ruled out the Los Angeles Lakers. Rumors, I don't know how much truth this have to them. Him and Kobe didn't gel in last night's team meeting. He also didn't like the basketball part of their presentation. I read that they tried to sell him too much on the tradition and history of the Lakers rather than what they're going to do to win next season. Also, the dark horse you got to watch in the LaMarcus Aldridge sweepstakes, the Phoenix Suns. Surprising everybody, including myself. I'm a Suns fan, as you see, with the jerseys. The Phoenix Suns are legitimate contenders in the LaMarcus Aldridge sweepstakes. I don't know how this happened. I'm not sure what to make of it, but ESPN, Yahoo Sports, they all report that they're up there with the Spurs. They met with him today for over 2 hours. They pitched him on the weather in Phoenix, the up-and-coming guards in Eric Bledsoe and Brandon Knight, the newly acquired center Tyson Chandler, and being the face of a franchise who has never won an NBA championship. They're pretty much selling him on, why win a championship in San Antonio, who's done it plenty of times, when you could come to Phoenix and bring the first NBA championship to this sports town. I'm not sure how far it'll go, but it appears that the Suns are in his top 2. Tomorrow, he's going to come out with just 3 teams. My guess, Spurs, Suns, and Rockets. Teams are going to be informed which 3 are in the running for LaMarcus, and then he'll make his decision from there. Alright, now on to the signings. Excuse me, but I have to use this paper. Cavaliers re-signed Kevin Love, 5 years, $110 million, max money. And then they re-signed Tristan Thompson for 5 years, $80+ million. If he doesn't start, that's a ton of money to pay for a bench guy. But hey, if LeBron wants it, he's going to get it. They also re-signed Iman Shumpert, 4 years, $40 million. Now on to the Suns. They signed Brandon Knight, 5 years, $70 million. That's $14 million a year. Identical contract that they gave to Eric Bledsoe last year. They also signed veteran Tyson Chandler, 4 years, a little bit over $50 million. I like this move for the Suns. Last year, DUIs, missing team buses, technical fouls, disrespecting the head coach. They needed a veteran leader like Tyson Chandler who won an NBA championship. He brings toughness. Most importantly, he brings respect. Biggest contract extensions. Anthony Davis. He deserved every single penny of this contract. 5 years, $145 million a year. I mean, $145 million total over 5 years. That's crazy, but he deserves it. He's hands down. He could end up being one of the best players to ever play this game. In other news, the Blazers, Damian Lillard, 5 years, $130 million. I make this face because I think he's overpaid. 5 years, $130 million. That's $26 million per year for Damian Lillard, who, don't get me wrong, he's a great player, clutch. He could hit plenty of tough shots. But for his defense, passing, his efficiency, I'm not sure how far he's going to take the team without LaMarcus Aldridge and Wes Matthews. That's going to be interesting. It's just a ton of money for a player who I don't think can produce for that money. I don't know. Grizzlies, they signed Brandon Wright, 3 years, $18 million. Solid pickup for them. Al-Farouq Aminu also went to Portland, 4 years, $30 million. The Bulls re-signed Jimmy Butler, 5 years, over $90 million. I think that's fair for him. They also got Mike Dunleavy for 3 years and $15 million. I think that's a steal for him. He probably wanted to stay there. The Spurs re-signed Kawhi Leonard, max money, 5 years. They also brought back Danny Green, which some thought they weren't going to do. They brought him back 4 years, $45 million. And they traded Thiago Splitter in pretty much a salary dump so they could create cap space to bring in LaMarcus Aldridge. Brooklyn Nets, they re-signed Brook Lopez for 3 years, $60 million, which is a hefty price, but when the big man's healthy, he produces. Thad Young, 4 years, $50 million. DeMar Carroll took his talents to Toronto on a 4 year, $60 million contract. $15 million a year for DeMar Carroll. I hope he repeats his playoff success because that's a ton of money. Paul Pierce on his way to LA. I called this last week. I knew he was on his way there. He signed for, you're going to be surprised, 3 years. 3-year contract for Paul Pierce. And I think that's it. If I miss anything, it'll be in the description below. Because I know it was hard to keep up. I'm going to put all the free agent signings so far in the description below. I hope you liked this video. It was really hard to keep up with all of this, but as an NBA fan, I'm sure all of you guys know, this is great for us. This is what we live for. I love this first week of July, free agency. Nothing could beat it. All right, I hope you guys enjoy.